Good evening, and welcome to the commencement exercises for Springfield Township High School's class of 2020. My name is Chuck Rittenhouse, and I am the very proud principal of our wonderful high school. At this time, please stand if you are able for our national anthem, which will be sung by Jake Cooper.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, I respectfully request that you join me in a brief moment of silence to honor and acknowledge the legacy of George Floyd and those individuals who have died or have suffered due to racial injustice, and those individuals who have died or have suffered due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you. Thank you to Jay Cooper for such a rousing rendition of our national anthem. Members of the School Board of Directors, Dr. Hacker, administrators, faculty, staff, all guests, and especially our awesome students. It is once again my pleasure to welcome you to our 2020 commencement exercises. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, the president of class of 2020, Declan Smythe.
My fellow Americans, I hope we are all having a safe and wonderful night in the comfort of our own homes. But before I get on with the speech, I want everyone to make sure that they're ready. Grab some popcorn, or maybe get a soda, because this is going to be the big one. I hope this speech finds you all healthy and well as you celebrate our graduation after 4 long and wonderful years at Springfield. While we may have had many great times and experiences, I think it's important to ask ourselves, what is it that makes a Springfield student? Is it our courage, our valor, our good looks, or maybe even our Tetris skills? No, it's something far more valuable, our persistence. Springfield students are shaped and molded by their utmost resilience in the face of nonsense. That's right, nonsense. We Springfield students have seen our fair share of the ludicrous and chaotic. The class of 2020 in particular has shown our undying persistence when faced with such hoo-ha. Year after year, and time after time, we have been faced with nonsense, whether it be a plague that brings the entire world to a halt, or toilets in the J freeze blowing up again. The world has dealt us a handful of jokers, but in spite of this, we've played on. In the face of the unexpected and improbable, we have stood strong and held our heads high. You know, raccoons might get entombed in the pipes, and our homecoming games might get delayed, but we adapt. We press forward and forge onward in our pursuits. We refuse to let trivial things like neighborhood bears or blockages in the hallway slow us down. And we are relentless when we pursue our goals, be they academic, extracurricular, or otherwise. And regardless of what unexpected roadblocks come our way, we overcome. And my heart goes out to all our athletes who have had lost games and seasons throughout the years, and especially to all our football players who for 4 years have had to deal with all those moving parts and pieces. But naturally, We are not alone as we face the unknown and unpredictable. We are surrounded by our families, our friends, and our teachers, who have always been there to lift us up and support us when things start to get crazy. However, my apologies do go out to the lovely individuals who get caught up in the mayhem, Air Martin in particular, and the awful fate his old table met. Without these people helping us, I don't believe we would have been able to make it this far. And this is what makes a Springfield student. Resilience in the face of the unpredictable and nonsensical. I wish you all a safe and wonderful evening. Go hug a loved one and get some rest. I love you all, Springfield. Good night.
Thank you and congratulations, Declan. Our next student speaker is a salutatorian of the class of 2020, Ben Durham.
For us, March 12th marked the end of our idea of normal. Now we are left to our own devices, sometimes both literally and figuratively. We are constantly occupied by our work, or swept up into the inescapable vortex of social media. As I would imagine many of you are, I have been grieving the loss of things as they were, but I've also taken to reflecting on the world as it was. Since the moment we first opened our eyes, we've been living in a constantly divided and adversarial world. We grew up with access to an immense amount of information, so no one could hide the harsh reality from us. We are relentlessly bombarded by a barrage of disheartening or even horrific stories. Perhaps it shouldn't be so surprising that young adults are suffering from mental health issues at a rate never seen before. With this constant stream of information, it's become all too easy to become stuck in feedback loops or ideological echo chambers, deepening the schisms between us. Instead of seeing each other as individuals, we see members of opposing teams. People are written off, sometimes being seen as irredeemable based on their views alone. Too often, people attack a person instead of their ideas. People take it personally when their beliefs are questioned. As long as this continues, it is impossible to have any meaningful discussion about important issues facing us all, let alone find common ground. We have grown up facing these challenges, and they will only become more apparent as we strike out on our own. But I have hope. It would be an utter failure on my part to only point out the unique challenges without pointing out the unique opportunities that lie ahead of us. Now it is easier than ever to become informed, to advance yourself, to maintain connections with people you never otherwise would have met. With motivation and an internet connection, you can learn almost anything you want. The ability to connect and organize has enabled so many to speak out and to shape the world into something better. The internet has given the voice to so many that would never have had the opportunity to reach an audience beyond their immediate surroundings. Now more than ever, people are aware of so many global issues that would never have entered the public eye. So many of you are already taking advantage of these opportunities and making a difference. But to take advantage of these opportunities to the fullest extent, we must also listen. Despite anything you might believe about someone, you must listen to what they have to say. When you ignore the voices of others for whatever reason, you are forfeiting your access to different perspectives that could change how you think. Once you shut yourself off from those who disagree with you, you will only become more entrenched in your own beliefs. No matter how many facts support your views, do not deceive yourself into believing that you know everything or that you are taking every perspective into account. Keep your mind open unconditionally. Our generation will rise to face this challenge. Our class is full of the most compassionate, empathetic people I've ever had the honor of knowing. People who wouldn't dream of walking away from someone they know is struggling. People who aren't okay with simply hearing the problems of others. People who put others before themselves and want to help. So many of you actively serve and improve our community and go beyond recognizing a problem to taking action. You are the reason there is no need to fear. Despite the unforgiving, divided world we will soon enter, we will make the best of the hand dealt to us. All we must do is to listen and keep our minds open. I'm looking forward to seeing what we all can do to make our world a better place.
Thank you and congratulations, Ben. Our next student speaker is a valedictorian of the class of 2020, Rebecca Lee.
Good evening, family, friends, teachers, staff, and of course, class of 2020. Today marks a great occasion, our official graduation, Your hard work this past decade has paid off, and now we're all stepping out of our small bubble into the real world. And so I would like to say a couple of things regarding our future. If you have come to know me during our time together here at Springfield Township High School, you would probably know that I'm very involved in the arts. But even if you don't really care about painting or drawing, you probably know this one artist named Bob Ross. For those unfamiliar with him, he made tutorials on a show called The Joy of Painting and is now an internet celebrity. And you see, he has this iconic saying, "We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents." And as cute and funny as it is, I think that there's a lot of truth to that statement. In terms of painting, Bob Ross is telling us that making stray marks with a paintbrush and coloring outside the lines is okay. In fact, it can help us make a better product, something really unique. And so let's try applying that to us. High school, I'm sure, was a wild ride for everyone. While it could have been some of the best years we've ever experienced, I'm sure that there were also a fair share of incidents that we prefer to keep to ourselves and take to our graves. Actually, we probably had a lot of those moments. I mean, the school has seen a bunch of happy little accidents from me. Accidentally driving over the curb in the parking lot, arriving late to class because I had to print papers for that class, missing one of my cues in pit during the musical. This is only a small fraction of the more regrettable memories I have, but these are the brushstrokes that built my character. So look at yourselves now. You're graduating high school. That means that even with all the little accidents you guys might have made during your time here, you grew in your own ways. You have succeeded in overcoming and learning from your struggles. Be proud of yourselves, who you have become and who you are becoming, because our growth won't stop now. We're entering the adult world. Whether that's continuing our education, immediately going into the workforce, training in the military, or pursuing another path in life, the time has come where we're probably going to make some of the biggest mistakes of our lives. And that's scary, but chin up. What we're completing now is only a small portion of our individual paintings. Yes, we'll mess up, but we'll also learn and grow. The stray mark that life gives us, or the weird colors we use, are meant to refine us. We're resilient, and even through tough times, we're holding our heads high. So here's to making happy little accidents, class of 2020. I can't wait to see what types of masterpieces we're all going to make.
Thank you, and congratulations, Rebecca. As a senior class, you've had such an extraordinary school year, including acceptances to outstanding colleges, universities, trade schools, branches of the U.S. military, and/or pursuing a job in a field of your interest. NAMM, or the National Association of Music Merchants, named our district as one of the top school districts in music education in the entire country for the 7th consecutive year. 13 varsity teams from the fall and winter athletic programs participated in postseason competition, and dozens of our student athletes achieved league recognition. For the spring and fall and winter athletes, we created a senior student athlete page, and we had a virtual collegiate letter of intent ceremony in late May to recognize your excellence in all of our sports. 12 of our Spartan student athletes will participate in collegiate sports. Our musicians and artists achieve local, district, state, and national honors and recognition, and will continue so at the collegiate level. Outstanding advanced placement scores and level of participation, outstanding SAT scores and ACT scores, and achievement in the National Merit Scholarship Program. At the senior award ceremony, we distributed 86 academic and athletic awards, totaling more than $16,000. 20 of our seniors attended the Eastern Center for Arts and Technology, with some of our students achieving perfect attendance, Student of the Month, and dozens of other local, state, and national awards. We also had entertaining plays, musicals, and concerts. Your achievements are only a small part of the Spartan story. During the most challenging time in 100 years of high school, you all have been positive, hardworking, and supportive of each other. I certainly recognize, and I am saddened knowing that the spring of your senior year was nothing that you could have ever imagined, with canceled concerts, sports, and many other annual events. Throughout it all, you have all been a cohesive group of individuals and students who have proudly represented our entire Spartan community and high school tonight and into the future. I will miss all of you and wish you only the best for each and every one of you. I would like to acknowledge 3 of our staff members who are retiring next year, and if they're watching, I ask them to stand at this time. Physical education and health teacher Sue Caraba, we thank her for her 18 years of dedicated service. Math teacher Michael Drake, we thank him for his 16 years of dedicated service. And ELL teacher Christine Citino, we thank her for her 20 years of dedicated service. Can you please join me in acknowledging these outstanding educators? Each year, students at Springfield Township High School are given the opportunity to select a faculty commencement speaker. This year, the students selected Mr. Kevin Martin. Herr Martin has been the German teacher at both Springfield Township High School and for the middle school 8th graders for 21 years. Herr Martin also teaches senior thesis at the high school. Students, parents, and staff, and the entire community, please welcome your selection for faculty speaker, Mr. Kevin Martin.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Hacker, Dr. Yannick, Dr. Rittenhouse, and our vice principals, school board members, parents, and colleagues, but most of all, thanks to you, graduating class of 2020. Wow, this is weird, isn't it? You know, even though I'm not a boomer, when I was your age, 2020 sounded so futuristic, so far away and strange, and yet here we are, using technologies to bring us together, to help us celebrate your achievements during these most unusual times. 2020 also brings to mind a sense of perfection. As you know, 2020 is considered perfect vision. 2020 is even a composite, in mathematics, 2020 is even a composite number made up of 3 prime numbers that are multiplied together. 2 squared times 5 times 101. See, despite multiple miscalculations in my own class, I still do remember a little bit of math. 2020's representation in Roman numerals is also quite unique, MMXX. Any year with a repeated number is even fun to say. Think about it. 1818, 1919, 2020, 2121. This only happens every 101 years. And yes, 101 is also a palindromic prime number in math terms. Anyway, that's enough with math. But why am I even bothering to dissect the number 2020? You see, despite seeming like a perfect number, 2020 has proven to be quite imperfect, or at the very least unusual. I mean, just look at the world around us. Perfectly imperfect. Here's an example of what I mean by that, the perfect hiding inside the imperfect. I was quite shocked and truly honored to be chosen as your faculty speaker. I knew it would be a challenge to create an uplifting speech during a pandemic, and also President Obama's 2020 graduate commencement speech for everyone is a hard act to follow. But several teachers started congratulating me and explaining to me that this is the perfect time to give a speech. There's no large audience standing in front of me. I'm not on the stage having to look at each and every one of you. Sounds like a perfect scenario, right? But then my paranoid reality started setting in. I'm like, wait a minute. This is the year I'm chosen to speak? No live audience, no personal interaction. The fact that many of you can simply fast forward during my speech and skip the whole thing, or even worse, now that this video is going to go live and made public, so many of our talented Springfield students can make even more memes of me that will continue to pop up in future student presentations for years to come. Honestly, parents, it can get rough at times. So maybe not such a perfect scenario. Yet, Even if my paranoid version comes true, there's still perfection in genuine humor and human expression. All of this is perfectly imperfect. I would like to share with you a quote. Søren Kierkegaard was a prolific writer during the Danish golden age of artistic and intellectual activity. His work often transcends philosophy, theology, and psychology, and he is widely considered the first existentialist philosopher. One remark of his has always stuck with me. Kierkegaard stated that life must be understood backward, but it must be lived forward. Rather simple, right? Think about it for a moment. You can only understand life looking backward, but you must continue to live life forward. So what does that mean? How does it look in real life? So here's a personal story maybe to illustrate that point. When I first heard that I was nominated to speak to you today, quite honestly, I was terrified. Why? Well, looking backward at life, I can understand my trepidations about being singled out and in the spotlight. It's never a comfortable experience, as most of you know, having gone through senior seminar. So from all of the possible examples in my life of unpleasantly being singled out in the center of attention, I could only think of one that still bothers me that I could share with you. I was in second grade, and it was Halloween. All the kids came to school that day wearing their costumes. I, of course, was a vampire with full-on face makeup, fake teeth, and a cape. Little did I know, or moreover, little did my parents know, that kids were supposed to bring a change of clothes. Can you imagine how excruciatingly embarrassing it was to be the only second grader in the entire school who had to sit in full costume for the entire day? Better yet, how about being forced to participate in PE class, wearing a cape and makeup, while all the other kids had changed into their gym clothes? And this is just one example of why I don't care for the spotlight. Yet with the understanding of some of the reasons for fearing speaking in public, I knew that I, on behalf of the faculty here, must move forward for you, seniors, deserve a proper farewell. Understand life backward, live life forward. So with Kierkegaard's quote as a framework, I want to briefly share some thoughts with you today about 3 P's: passion, perfection, and perspective. Passion. Now don't worry, if you had Mr. Gershman, or for our alumni here, me as your senior thesis teacher, I'm not going to ask you to share your passion cards with everyone. Although some were quite interesting and really creative and insightful, others were simply, a basketball. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Passion to me is the interests that are at the very root of your being. Something you can fall back on in times of distress or doubt. Something that can help you live forward. Being true to your passion during your life's navigation may not lead to where you or perhaps others think you should go, but it will definitely deliver you to where you need to be. In my case, I've always loved literature and language. Reading and speaking carves new thought processes and ideas into one's brain. They expand your thinking. So naturally, I chose German literature and language as my major. If you think my parents were somewhat baffled and disappointed with that decision, you should have seen them when I declared the exact same major for my master's. This wasn't the path that they had imagined for me, but it was, looking backwards, the right path for me. Some of you may be thinking, wait a minute, you're a teacher. Your degrees aren't in education? They're in language and lit? Well, the truth of the matter is I never, ever thought that I would be in this position. You see, I hated high school. I hated everything about it. Not just bored with it, not just disinterested in it, I simply hated it. Yet, here I am today, Following my passion has led me to a career which is more rewarding than any other career that I can think of. And I'm not just talking about the summers off, but more importantly, about what you guys bring to the table. That camaraderie, human connection, those things are priceless. My passion has led me to where I need to be. I can now understand that looking backward. The second P is perfection. Really? No, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that you are all perfect. However, these last few months have proven to be what is probably the GOAT of all senior skip day initiatives ever carried out by a graduating class. So congratulations on that one. Anyway, that's a bit beside the point. None of us is perfect. That we all know. This is an imperfect speech about imperfection during imperfect circumstances. To address a graduating class from afar is far from perfect. Nevertheless, I really racked my brain and strained my nerves to deliver a perfectly poignant speech. But luckily, as my anxiety subsided a bit, I remembered that, I'm also far from perfect, just like you guys. Maybe I'll just wing it, an expression I've heard far too many times in my teaching career. I decided I'll give it a go without a care about perfection. Yet, as members of our society, we are all constantly under pressure to achieve perfection. Choosing the perfect college, the perfect career, the perfect body, the perfect image, the perfect clothes, perfect house, the perfect soulmate. This is not reasonable, but it's something that we all battle with. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, it's impossible. Just focus on who you have been, who you are, and who you are becoming. Be true to yourself. Be you. That is the most perfect thing you can do living forward. Lastly, I would like to talk a bit about perspective. Unfortunately, no, the world is not your oyster. I have to disagree with Shakespeare on that one. The world is imperfect. Quite simply, life is unfair. If you're unfamiliar with the saying from Shakespeare, I know that at least my students are very familiar with the second saying. It is true, life is unfair. Sounding like a great graduation speech so far, right? But let's be real. It's unfair that we aren't together right now, in person, all of us, at this moment. It's unfair that you were cheated out of so many cultural milestones this, your senior year. A traditional graduation, a traditional prom, senior week, senior prank, celebrating openly with friends and family. All of this has been taken unfairly from you. But I can promise you this. Although currently things seem confusing and even seem like they've been put on hold, so to speak, it will make sense to you one day. Remember, life must be understood backward. Take solace in that. It is okay to feel confused or unsure about what's going to happen next. It will come together. Life must be lived forward. Today is your milestone. This is your great achievement. This is your time to celebrate. Though it might not be the way you always imagined it, it is the way it is, and it's yours. Own it. Class of 2020, this has been a great honor and a true gift that you have provided me. And now your gift, the closing of my speech. But before the final farewell, I would like to share one more quote with you. Hopefully you are all familiar with the Most Reverend Desmond Tutu. He is known as Africa's Peace Bishop. And he's also known for his work as an anti-apartheid and human rights activist. His sayings are often so simple, but always so true. Here's one of my favorites. Do your little bit of good where you are. It is these little bits of good together that overwhelm the world. This is what I want to leave with you. Do your little bit of good with no worry about it being perfect or imperfect. Do your little bit of good right now. Be good to yourself and follow your own passion. Keep these little bits of good in perspective, because together they can change the world. We are in precarious times. No one can deny that. And so we look to you, graduates of 2020. Be that reset button for us, for you, for future generations. Overwhelm the world. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Herr Martin. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Nancy Hacker, Superintendent of the School District of Springfield Township. On behalf of the entire high school community, I would like to publicly thank and acknowledge your support, leadership, and guidance during this challenging school year. Please welcome Dr. Nancy Hacker.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the families, friends, and most importantly, the students in the class of 2020. To the seniors in our Springfield Township graduating class, congratulations and best wishes on your long-awaited and most unprecedented graduation this year. I'm honored to be able to address you virtually, along with Dr. Taratuski, our Board of School Directors President, Dr. Rittenhouse, Valedictorian Rebecca Lee, Salutatorian Ben Durham, Class President Declan Smythe, and of course, this year's faculty speaker, Herr Kevin Martin. Under ordinary circumstances, I would ask you to stand to recognize and applaud your parents and family members for their support of your efforts and endeavors. But this year being what it is, I will instead ask that you please each take some time today or tomorrow to let them know how much you appreciate what they have done for you in order for you to reach this milestone in your lives. I want to speak to you for a few moments about the impact a pandemic has on lives. A pandemic impacts both the old and the young. It causes terrible symptoms for some, such as extreme fatigue, chills, fever, lung distress, or even death. It spreads quickly and savagely, impacting hundreds of thousands, resulting in overcrowded hospitals and funeral parlors, makeshift morgues, quarantine, and the shutdown of businesses, restaurants, houses of worship, and of course, schools. People must resort to staying apart, refraining from gathering together publicly, wearing masks and gloves, and simply staying indoors. And local, state, and national officials must make weighty decisions about economics versus public safety in order to help individuals regain lost jobs and income. So yes, all of these depressing scenarios are the result of a pandemic. But I want to call your attention to the fact that everything I just described to you, however familiar it may sound, is from the history books. All of this information actually describes the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918, not the COVID-19 pandemic more than 100 years into the future and our present. Apart from the familiar phrase, history repeats itself, the point here is simple. We, the American people, and this includes each one of you, are survivors, and we are resilient. We all have witnessed firsthand that daily life in the midst of a pandemic is frightening and risky, but we have done it before. We survived the Spanish flu. We survived polio. We survived measles outbreaks. We survived a Great Depression, and we have survived 2 world wars. We have survived war in Korea, a Cuban Missile Crisis, and the threat of nuclear war, conflict in Iran, war in Iraq, Afghanistan, and war with ISIS. And why have we prevailed when so many of the individuals involved in those conflicts were not much older than you? Because of determination, resiliency, and something that University of Pennsylvania professor Angela Duckworth calls grit. Grit, as she defines it, is continuing to maintain your perseverance and passion for following pursuit of your long-term goals. It's maintaining your motivation over long periods of time to get where you want to go despite the inevitable failure or adversity you will encounter. And the fallout and, yes, disappointments that you've experienced from this pandemic are certainly the very definition of adversity. Each one of you has been severely tested during the time of this pandemic. And each of you, despite during most assuredly have been moments of sadness, stress, or even depression, has shown resiliency, grit, and the ability to rise above the worst of circumstances. This is what has brought you to this moment. So I urge all of you to remain strong, determined, and motivated, despite the setback of a lack of normalcy during these tough times. We will prevail, as we have throughout our past history, and so will every one of you. But I hope will be born out of trying times for each of you is an even stronger desire to pursue your hopes, your dreams, and your goals. Your years at Springfield have provided you with a strong foundation upon which to build your future. What you make of that future will depend on how well you learn to get past the trials of today. So stay healthy and safe, be well, and know that I offer you my best wishes and my best luck to each one of you in our Spartan class of 2020. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Tonight is Dr. Hacker's final graduation ceremony, as she is retiring later this year. Dr. Hacker, on behalf of the school district and community, thank you for your leadership as our superintendent and as my colleague and friend. Congratulations on such a wonderful career, and enjoy each and every day of your retirement. Thank you, Dr. Hacker. At this time, the Springfield Township High School Combined Choirs will sing the selection Arise, Arise, written by Jean Rohe.
Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the fire. Atlantic and Pacific flow, servants bow to the people's dream, and justice flows like a mighty stream. Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the fire. Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the
Could we please acknowledge, and a round of applause at home, if you will, for Mr. Gottesman, Mr. Puntel, and all of our town of musicians for singing and playing for us this evening. Dr. Hacker, Superintendent of Schools, and Dr. Taratuski, President of the School Board of Springfield Township High School, Board of Directors, on behalf of the Springfield Township High School Faculty Administration, it is my honor and privilege to certify you that the members of the Springfield Township High School class of 2020 have met all graduation requirements established by the Pennsylvania Department of Education in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and by the School District of Springfield Township Board of Directors and are eligible to receive their diplomas this evening. Dr. Hacker.
Dr. Rittenhouse, it is my pleasure to be able to present to you the senior class of the year 2020 and to certify to you on behalf of myself and our Board of School Directors that our graduates in the senior class have met all of the requirements as mandated by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and Springfield Township High School, and they are all entitled to become graduates of the class of 2020 of Springfield Township High School. Congratulations, seniors, you've made it.
Thank you, Dr. Hacker. Please welcome Dr. Karen Taratuski, President of the School District of Springfield Township Board of Directors.
Graduates of the class of 2020, on behalf of the Board of School Directors of Springfield Township, I express heartfelt congratulations on reaching this milestone. If you think of your life as a collection of stories, the story of your senior year has been one filled with challenge, loss, perseverance, resourcefulness, and achievement. These are unprecedented times. You have finished your high school education at home in relative isolation and are preparing for the next step in your journey without the close support of friends, teachers, and classmates. But you've gone the distance and reached the finish line for this portion of your journey. While it may not be the finish line you imagined or one that any of us had planned for, it still signifies your achievement and deserves celebration. This won't be the first time you will be asked to meet a challenge, but when the next time comes, you will be well prepared. You will be our strongest generation yet. Maya Angelou calls us to do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Take the next step on your journey to know better, and don't forget to share your knowledge with others. As you move on from Springfield Township High School, stay strong, have hope, and live your dreams. We celebrate and congratulate you and wish you much success on the next leg of your journey.
We will now begin awarding diplomas to the class of 2020.
Margaret Mary Josephine Almuso. Justin Patrick Andrews.
Very good.
Maheen Asif. Assad Mirza Beg. Yes, you can be. I'm doing fine. You know. Abigail Francis Bond. Theodore James Bond.
Jesse Robert Bear. Rebecca Lynn Berglund. Kai Scott Beret.
Kai Beret, are you ready to graduate? Woohoo!
Stefan Isaiah Blanc. Valentina Bombin. Elizabeth Ann Bosca. Ian Brown. Timothy James Brown.
Irene Nakdao Bui. Adina Sarah Campbell.
Jackson Michael Campbell.
Cole Anthony Caruso.
Jeremy Casaban.
Litzy Vanessa Castillo Vega.
Loretta Marie Clark. Trayvon Marcel Clifton.
Get it, Trayvon.
About time. You just grabbing one. Not yet, buddy. You know, tilt.
Aralia Michelle Colon Torres. Emma Rose Congdon.
Jake Ryan Cooper.
Keelan Shea Corbett.
Yeah, Kiki, jump up and down.
Abi Brian Cortez Rodriguez. Ryan M. Coughlin.
Winifred Joan Cummings.
Ryan Michael Deal.
Gus Henry Dean.
Daniel Anthony Della Porta. Nadia Camille Demkovitz. Luke William Deweese.
Angelina Marie DeSico.
Anthony Robert D.P. Trantonio.
Logan Cameron Duncan. Benjamin James Durham. Lucas Eberly. Raymond Joseph Ebner III. Michael Charles Ecker. Allison Jewel Edmonds.
Jacob Robert Isley. Rachel Elise Eisenman. Giersch Estrada. Kenneth Alin Farron Smith.
Ryan Matthew Furman. Brennan Joseph Floor. Anthony David Forgione. Jude Michael Frantic.
Emma Christine Fryman. David Gadia.
Yay, David!
Adam Gelb. In your hand.
Benjamin Cooper Gendron. Anne Marie Giampetro. Tam Lynn Gilbert.
Keith Joseph Grantlin, Jr.
Soraya Brenda Green. Ashanti Nicole Green. Ivy Nicole Green.
Emily Regina Guicheteau. Ethan David Hamilton.
Jalen Kirsten Hamright.
Margot Rose Hanlon.
Melissa Rachel Howa.
Brent William Hennigan. Jake Andrew Hennigan. Charlotte Grace Henry.
Elena Teresa Incapié. Evan Arturo Incapié. Ani Hovsepian.
Emma Rose Hoyer. Colin Edward Hussey.
Nicole Barron Hutchinson.
Drew Samuel Hines.
Woo! Yeah, Drew! Woo! Yeah, buddy! Toffee Ami Irvin.
Siv Jesperson.
Taryn Nicole Johnson. Casey Catherine Johnston.
Caleb Patrick Jones. Gianna Cheyenne Jones. Yeah. James Joseph Jr.
Jessica Lynn Karcher. Aman Sanaya Keen.
Evan Robert Kerr. Faith Nicole King.
Congratulations, Faith.
Kaideja Kano Garrettson.
Caitlin Marie Kowalik.
Angela Tabitha Copa.
Zachary Joseph Lynette.
Portia Kathleen Lennox.
Zephon Alex Lawrence.
Rebecca Shin-Young Lee. Alexander Garrett Lehman. Pick one.
Austin Paul Lehman. Sophia Ann Leitner Sieber. Gigi Lynn.
Kaylin Elizabeth Lascalzo. Madison Catherine Lascalzo. Alyssa Ann Luce.
Joseph Raphael Marino.
Rachel Elizabeth Marion.
Hey, Rachel!
Jack William Masterson. Emma Rose McCormick. Kayla Destiny McDevitt. Nell Ann McDevitt.
Sayada Aliza McDonald.
Simon Kelly McDowell. John Peter McGowan Jr. Grayson McLaughlin.
Lanning, Collins, McNeil. Celestial McWilliams. Christian Mexicatitla.
Rowan Elizabeth Miklas.
Julian Alexander Movsesian. Dania Bernadette Yasmin Murphy.
Great job! Sonia!
Great job!
Okay.
Sophia Catherine Nagaski. Isabella Gove.
Fu, Who, Win.
Lucy Elizabeth Namira. Megan Elizabeth O'Hara. Addison Diane O'Malley.
Let's go!
Gabrielle Padilla.
Alexa Jane Pennington. Ethan Vong Filbert. Joshua Luke Powell.
Nicola Fritz Pugliese. Michaela Jalen Purnell.
Yeah!
Damien Jude Quain. John Charles Quigg. Alyssa Ray Quizito.
Zachary Tyler Rapp. Ethan Lucas Rauch.
Yay! Woo!
How are you doing? Justin, how about yourself? Well, I haven't been doing it.
Paul Joshua Richardson.
Yay!
Trey Ahmad Richardson. Anyone? There you go.
Sulmi Beatriz Rivera. Erica Ulissa Rodriguez. Frank Christopher Biddle Rowland.
Bridget Joan Roy.
Lucas Anthony Salgo.
Trinity Rose Schmidt.
Put your feet together, sis. Here you go.
Christopher Axel Schulz.
Thomas Matthew Scott Jr. Riley Elizabeth Cerrone. Samuel David Shapley.
You did it!
Zoe Emma Silberman. There you go, that's right. Liesia Aaron Sistrunk.
Where you been?
Declan Smythe.
Samuel Allen Palmacy Stein.
Melissa Stern. Caesar Calvin Stringfield.
Rain Ari Stutman.
Justin Thomas. Josephine Daniele Thorpe.
Todd William Tasoski. Devin Alexandria Trader. Gabrielle Barger Tuvum. Elijah Raul Valdivia. V. Valencia. Logan Janice Warner.
Morgan Elizabeth Warner.
Yay, more!
Max Weinstein.
Mara Nicole Wells.
Kimberly Elise West.
Allison Marie White. Jamal Nasir White. Juliana Weibel.
John Yee. Sydney Morgan Zimmerman.
Will you please acknowledge the newly minted class of 2020 with a round of applause? And if you're home with a graduate or student, please thank them at this time. At this time, the Springfield Township High School Symphonic Band will perform the school alma mater.
To my graduating seniors, take care of your business and do great things in the future. Much love to you from Mr. T.
Class of 2020, congratulations. It's Mrs. Buchanan. I wish you only the best going forward, no matter what you decide to do in the fall, and I hope you sneak some fun in over the summer. Try to keep in touch. We really do miss you. Take care.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Go do great things. We'll miss you. Have a great summer.
Hey seniors, Giersch here. Congratulations. I wish you a lot of love, health, and happiness for years to come. And as Woody Guthrie once said, take it easy, but take it.
Congratulations, seniors.
Hey there, class of 2020. What can I say? You are loved, you will be missed, and thank you for all the memories. Best of luck to you. Now get out there and be what's right with Springfield Township High School.
The events that bookend your lives illustrate the perseverance of the human spirit. Take the lessons you've learned in psych and global and do something, big or small, to help make the world better. I'll be here for you always.
Class of 2020, congratulations. Continue being resilient, and I wish you all the best.
Class of 2020, big shout out. It's been a long 4 years. Ups and downs, trials and tribulations. You guys have made it. I'm impressed with you and I'm going to miss you. And I hope that when all this is over, you'll come back and see us. Bye.
Hi, class of 2020. You have overcome so much and it's only made you stronger. Congratulations.
Hi, class of 2020. Congratulations. Today is your day. I can't wait to hear about all the adventures you will go on. Be sure to stay in touch. Best of luck.
Congrats, class of 2020. You did it. I'm going to miss working with you. You all brought something that was so real, unique, fun, and entertaining to the classroom, and our Springfield community was very lucky to have you. Best of luck in everything you do.
Hi, class of 2020. Mrs. Charles here. I just want to leave you with a quote. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Henry David Thoreau. I wish you all the best.
Congratulations, class of 2020. This year has certainly tested your resilience, for sure, and you made it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to see what you do next. Congratulations.
Class of 2020, I wish you the best that the best has to offer.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Now go do great things.
Class of 2020, you are resilient. Congratulations, and we will miss you.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. Go Spartans!
Congratulations, class of 2020. You were the very first grade class that I taught here at Springfield. Therefore, you hold a very special place in my heart. Best wishes to all of you.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Good luck.
Hello, class of 2020. Congratulations on this wonderful accomplishment and best wishes in the future.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. Love you guys. Go get them! George!
Class of 2020, I'm proud to have said that I've been your teacher, and I look forward to hearing all the great things that you're going to accomplish in the future. Best of luck.
Hi, seniors. It's Dr. Hacker, and I just want to send all of my best wishes to you. You are a terrific class. You've done great things, and you will leave an indelible mark on Springfield Township High School and on our district. So I send you all my best wishes. Like you, I'm graduating too. This is my last graduation event since I'll be retiring next year. So I wish you all the best of luck and hope you will go on to do great things in your lives. Take care.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You were my last group of 7th graders before I moved to Erdenheim, so I'm so sad I can't walk in graduation with you, but I am happy for you, I'm proud of you, and I wish you all the best. Good luck.
Congratulations, seniors, class of 2020. You did it. Maybe not in the way you imagined it, but you still did it. We're both very proud of you.
Congratulations, guys. Job well done. Good luck with everything in the future. Have a good one.
Well, gang, you had a challenging senior year, but you did it. I am so excited to hear about all the amazing adventures ahead of you.
Congratulations.
Seniors, we wish you the best. We're going to miss you. Best of luck.
Hi, class of 2020. I've had the pleasure of working with so many of you over these past few years, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I wish you all the luck in whatever you choose to do after Springfield. Bye.
Hi, seniors. Senora Cohen here, wishing you the best that next year and all of your future years have to offer. I will miss you all, and I just hope you go out there and explore the world. Write me a postcard if you get a chance. Adios.
To the class of 2020, congratulations. We will truly never forget you. Look at you. You are already making history and you haven't even graduated yet. To all my students, it didn't take me a global pandemic to know how lucky I was to spend my days with you guys. I miss you all.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm so glad I got to know so many of you this year working with you in the library. I know that you'll all do great things in the future, and I just wanted to say congratulations and good luck.
Seniors, I'm wishing you the best in everything you're going to do in your amazing futures. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Yay!
Best of luck, class of 2020, as you start the next chapter of your lives. I'll miss you guys.
Congratulations, class of 2020. This is Mr. Glazer from way back in your elementary school days. Wanting you to know that I'm really proud of you and I wish you all the best for the future. Remember to make every day count. I know you will. Congratulations again.
Hey, class of 2020. Congratulations. Best of luck on your next adventures, and I'll miss you.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Bring that Spartan pride with you next year. I can't wait to hear about everything that you do. Stay in touch.
To the class of 2020, congratulations. You did it. We're so excited and proud of you. Try to remember all the wonderful and great things you learned here at Springfield. And most of all, continue to make good decisions.
Hey gang, go out and be kind, be brave, and be smart.
Congratulations, seniors, on making it through this chapter of your life. It feels like just yesterday you were walking through the middle school doors for the first time. I can't wait to see all the great things you do with your future. Best of luck, and come back and visit.
Baby birds, I told you in 7th grade that one day you would fly away. And now it's time. I'm so proud of you and all that you've done. And we're looking to you to change the world.
To the class of 2020, do not fear the winds of adversity. Remember, a kite rises against the wind rather than with it. And graduation isn't the end of anything. It's the beginning of everything. Good luck and best wishes.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I just wanted to say you guys are an extraordinary class. I got to know some of you through Relay and through Retina, and some of you I've taught. And my homeroom, you were the best. I love you. I'm going to miss you guys. Bye.
Class of 2020, hello. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Although I missed some of the year with you, please know you've been in my thoughts every day. You're beautiful human beings, and I am so proud of you. Congratulations!
Thank you for your presence to our family in a time of great need. The musical arts are alive and strong at STHS thanks to your passion and dedication. You're running and you won't touch ground. Oh, oh, you got to keep it moving.
Hello, class of 2020, Dr. Ridd here. What do I think of when I think of all of you? Resilience, energy, creativity, strength, intelligence, and Spartan spirit. Congratulations, class of 2020. I'll miss you.
Before we close, I'd like to thank the many individuals involved in making tonight's ceremony possible. The entire Board of School Directors, the Central Administrative Staff, Senior Class Officers, Declan Smythe, President, Melissa Howe, Secretary, Brielle Tuvum, Treasurer, and their wonderful advisors who've done a great deal of work, Mrs. Sheehan and Mrs. Lawler. The maintenance, technology, and custodial staff, including Craig Thorne, Carrie Horst, Joe Coughlin, Phil Hesden, Vincent Bell, John Ferraro, Ray Slater, Steve Schroeder, Bob Bond, Paul Baker, Anthony Gregorio, Anthony Mancuso, Andrew Evans. And in the technology department, Rich Oliver, Tim Coughlin, Tom Wexler, Ginny Wexler, Bill Watson, Linda Hinkey, Jen Sullivan, Emily Cross, and the entire custodial staff of Interstate. A special, additional, or second thank you goes to our technology staff who are filming me right now, whose expertise and vision and patience with me, combined with many hours of videotaping and editing, resulted in the wonderful virtual graduation you are viewing now. The high school PTA board members, Chris Casabon, President, Amy Hubley and Dr. Aruna Padmanabhan, Vice Presidents, Susan King, Recording Secretary, Michelle West, Financial Secretary, and Bob Hartner, Treasurer, our outstanding transportation and food service departments, the teaching and support staff in all of our buildings and central administration, our dedicated coaches and administrators and advisors, our security personnel, the Springfield Township Board of Commissioners and our Township Manager, Mr. Michael Taylor, and our Police Department and Police Chief, Mike Pitko, Assistant Principals, Pierre Larocco and Scott Scragan, Athletic Director, Joe Ferraro, all of our awesome parents and families, and perhaps most importantly, the wonderful administrative assistants at the high school, Denise Buchanan, Tara Kane, Sue Nelson, and Dave Giordano. Seniors, at this time, I would like Class President Declan Smythe to announce the ceremonial turning of the tassel.
It is time for the long-standing tradition. Would my fellow graduates join me in turning their tassel?
Congratulations to the Springfield Township High School class of 2020. We are all very proud of you. I wish you the best of luck in the future and all that you do. Go Spartans.